all of the neighbors are going to talk about, did you see how many cars were in front of the Smith's house? Oh my God, they must have gotten so much for that house. The neighbors become your biggest fans. Door knocking is something that is often disregarded. It's seen as like, why would I do that? Right. And I'm hearing from a lot of newer agents how difficult it is for them to break into a new market with cold calling. Cold calling has gotten a lot harder for all the reasons that we already know. There's more people doing it, there's less inventory to pick from, less skilled agents, etc. So, what do you do when you want to make it in real estate and like cold calling isn't really the jam? Maybe your family isn't jumping to give you listings, right? How do you get started? And I brought on these two gentlemen with me because the three of us have all made a career out of door knocking, and we've all done it in very different ways. So whether you want to do luxury, if that's your goal, whether you want to get into wholesaling and flipping, or whether you want to be one of the top go-to agents in the country with a huge coaching program, door knocking might be something that can get you there. So as people start to come onto the show, just want to remind everybody that this is interactive. So go ahead and drop comments, drop fire. We love energy. Let us know that what we're saying is a valuable use of your time. That's what we're here for. And how to turn one listing into three. If you would like to turn one listing into $178,000 worth of, so look at the dates on this, right? This was back, yeah, Cassie said, heck yeah. Back in 2020, what was unique about this time for everybody? What happened in 2020? It was COVID, pandemic. So in many markets like New York, New Jersey, and maybe, I don't know about Utah or Milwaukee, you guys tell me, but we weren't allowed to cold call. In a state of emergency, you cannot make cold calls. Is it similar there or different? So for us in the Northeast, I don't know if it's because we live in an area where like 9/11 and Sandy happened, or if it's because we're in a blue state. I don't know. But we were not allowed to make cold calls. So a lot of agents were kind of like, well, what do we do? You know, we were stuck like, how do we go back to business? And it helped me to stumble upon door knocking, because what happened was I would go out instead of doing just listed calls. Most of you probably, when you get a new listing, you do just listed calls. I did just listed knocks. And I was like, hold on a minute. People are talking to me and they're really interested in what's going on with their neighbor. Actually, they said that they're thinking about moving. Now, when we make phone calls, is that generally how people talk to us? No, they tell us to F off. We're like, get the hell out of here. Hang up. Door knocking is totally different. People who are interested, they engage with you, and people who are nosy about what's going on with their neighbors, they're going to ask you a lot of questions. So what happened for me that year that really opened my eyes to the power of door knocking was I took the first listing, which was 158 Childs Road, and that was a for sale by owner. And they allowed me to list that property at a price that I knew would cause it to sell. The price I listed it for was 1.45. Do you guys see what it closed at? Yeah, that was quite a bidding war. But the significance of me telling you this, if you can get a listing that you know is really well priced, it's going to bring multiple offers, door knock always around any one of those listings. Because all of the neighbors are going to talk about, did you see how many cars were in front of the Smith's house? Oh my God, they must have gotten so much for that house. The neighbors become your biggest fans. So definitely start with those listings if you guys have them that you know that thing is going to fly. And if you don't have your own listings, right, and you're kind of brand new to this, pick one from your office or pick a success story in your neighborhood that you know it's a good one. It doesn't have to be yours. So 158 Childs Road, I priced that thing. I thought it was going to sell for like 1.5. We ended up getting tons of offers. And what I did was I went right to the next door neighbor. The next door neighbor was 148. And I said, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Next Door Neighbor, we have 200,000 over asking and multiple people who couldn't get into that house. What would you take for this house? And you want to know what the seller said? I would take 2 million and I would move. So I went back to all of the bidders from the first house that didn't get chosen, that they didn't win, and I say, hey, I have an off market opportunity. The guy next door said that if you made him an offer at 2 million, he would sell. And guess what? Hint, hint, wink, wink. That one's nicer. You could rub it in the other guy's eye that you got the better house. We're salespeople, right? So what ended up happening is I created the deal. So I got the first one, I double ended it because I found the buyer or the seller for that one after doing multiple offers. And then the second one, I put together off market because I found through door knocking that that seller would take $2 million. And then while I was walking down the street, continuing to door knock, I saw two older gentlemen taking a whole bunch of trash out of the little old house. And I said, hey, what's going on, guys? And they said, our parents passed away. And I, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you guys need help with a haul out service? Oh my God, yes, that'd be awesome. Great. Are you a realtor? Yes, I am. You want to come in and see it? Tell us how much you think I could get for it. If you guys ever experience that, that is called bring a listing agreement with you. That exact experience taught me that no matter where I am, my entire life after this, I've always had 3 listing agreements in my car at all times because you never know who's ready to do what when. Those two older gentlemen had me sign a listing agreement right then and there. I think we listed it for 800. It sold for 777. All of this happened within like 3 door knocking sessions, and it equated to $6 million in volume, 4 transactions because one was double ended, and almost $180,000 in commission.